So hello everyone, welcome to the webinar by the Solution Consulting. We are looking at rapid changes happening across the globe. The pandemic was just another factor apart from the dynamic environment that we've been operating in over the last few years, especially since the uh, since the explosion of technology and adding to that the advent of social media. The world has never been more interconnected ever, and with that comes enough and more challenges for organizations to navigate through. And the recent impact of the pandemic and the post-pandemic era, where the gap between different geographies have narrowed down significantly. What earlier used to be a physical world have largely transformed into a hybrid come physical. It's a hybrid world where you have a lot of things happening virtually, as well as we're getting back to the habit of interacting and working together physically. A lot of places we've been hearing, getting back to physical ways of working is becoming a challenge. A lot of people have adopted to the virtual ways of working. But I think that's the way it is with technology. A lot of such changes are bound to happen. And I think we were, based on our interactions with organizations over the past few years, and especially after the pandemic, um, people are looking at digital transformation much more openly and trying to assess what truly digital transformation means for them. And we thought it's a good time to have this session where we call out organizations, we call out people who are looking to transform their businesses, who are in the process of transforming their businesses, to to share our perspective on digital transformation, what we think being a technology partner, being a technology consulting firm, and operating with a product which is a key enabler of digital transformation. We thought it's our we can share what our perspective on digital transformation is and how the core technology that we work with, Microsoft Dynamics 365, and the suite of solutions that Microsoft offers, how can we enable the true digital transformation for organizations? So in this session, we'll, as we circulated the agenda, the intent is to share what digital transformation means to us. So when we pick up a project, when we are working with organizations, what we see digital transformation as and how we enable that for our clients. We want to share that with everyone and also look at how Microsoft Dynamics 365 ERP solutions can help truly transform an organization. And when I say digital transformation, I see it as two different aspects. One is the digital element and one is the transformation element. Digital is all about technology, but transformation is all about business. And can both of these come together to have a complete digital transformation for the organization? Yes, absolutely. And you need certain things to make that happen. And that's what we plan to discuss today. We'll look at Dynamics 365. We've quickly on the agenda. We'll just start off with a quick introduction about us, why we are doing this, and why do we think we are the right organization to talk about it. We'll share a bit about that. We'll get into digital transformation, the way we see it, our perspective on it, and how when we take up projects, what is our approach towards digital transformation. And then Microsoft Dynamics, a quick overview on Dynamics, some use cases that we have worked on over the years that enables that true digital transformation for organizations. We'll have a quick demo. We've picked up certain modules that we thought um, are differentiated, not the regular modules, but picked up certain modules, talk about certain unique features in them. And towards the end of the session, I think one of the key question that everyone, and we keep getting this question, and many a times it becomes the first and most important question is, what does D365 implementation mean from an effort perspective for the organization? So we'll look at what could be a typical cost, typical duration of an implementation, and then we'll wrap it up with the question and answer session. We've already received a number of questions. We'll pick them up first, and then feel free to put in your questions in the chat window. For those who have joined from the browser, you'll be able to put in the question, and you'll be able to put the questions in the chat window. For those who are using the app, Teams app, you would have the Q&A option enabled, so you can enter your questions there. We'll pick up these questions. Whatever comes to your mind during the whole presentation, you can put in your questions, and we'll take it up at the end in the Q&A session. So let's begin with a quick introduction about us, what we do. We are a Microsoft Dynamics Gold partner. We're talking about Microsoft. Yes, we have to be a Microsoft partner, and we've been in business for last 7 years. The genesis is essentially around our co-founders coming together and identifying certain gaps in the way partners engage with clients. There are a number of best practices that they have learned over their more than 2 decades of career, and that's how they got together, started off the solution consulting. We started off in Dubai, that's our headquarters, and then we expanded into India. We have a partner network across the globe that we work with, whether it's United States, UK, Australia, Singapore. We have a partner network that we work with, and we've delivered project across the globe. And very soon, we'll be opening up our own office in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia. We are an end-to-end service provider, from consulting to analytics, integration, implementation, customizations, and providing the annual maintenance and support. We provide end-to-end solution on Microsoft Dynamics, and the entire suite of solutions, from the core ERP product of Dynamics Finance and Supply Chain, to Business Central, which essentially is an ERP product for small and medium enterprises, to CRM, HR, Power Apps, Power Platform. So the end-to-end Microsoft suite of solutions, that's what we offer. In addition to that, we have developed some of our products, and that's one advantage that partner network, the partner-based model helps is, partners are enabled to develop their own solutions. No ERP solution is complete, and I think one of the advantage that Microsoft has is there is this huge partner network that can actually help fix those gaps that we have in the core product and develop their own solutions, and enable them for the clients. We're big in retail. We've done a number of implementations in retail space, healthcare, manufacturing. Those are the big industries that we've worked with. In addition to that, money exchange, energy, real estate. We have some big clients in these industries as well. And then number of other industries where we have ad hoc, one-off implementation projects. As I said, our approach, we thought, as a partner in some of the other companies that we worked with, we thought one of the gap when we work with an organization is we don't come in as an implementation partner. We are not there to just implement the product and move away. We want to build lifelong partnerships and solve problems together. And as we go through the presentation, you would see that there are a number of areas where we have solved problems for the client. We have developed solutions, customized solutions that help them automate a lot of processes, and that's the approach that we take. And we believe in truly enabling digital transformation. And when we go through the next few slides, you'll see what digital transformation means to us. I'm sure most of you would be aware of it, but that's the approach that we take. And hence we thought that spending a couple of minutes on what we think digital transformation is will be a good base to the remaining session that we have, which will be focused on how Microsoft Dynamics is enabling complete digital transformation for organizations. I think we have a quick poll now. My colleague Anshul can put it up. Okay, Anshul has already put it up. Great. If you all can respond to the poll, it'll be a good context for us, especially for the session focused on dynamics and the demo. A bit of understanding of the profile of participants that we have here. We've crossed over 130 participants now. So if you could share your perspective, so we have a better understanding of the audience that we have today. Anshul, do we have enough responses?
Yes, Aneesh, we have around 51 responses at this point. You can also submit the poll and you'll be able to present the results as well.
I think that's a great insight, and to some extent, the questions that we received roughly 30 questions, and I'm expecting more questions as we go through the session. Um, you know, we have an ERP solution. What can we do more with the ERP solution? I think we have Microsoft is one of the best of the breed ERP solution, but we have the likes of SAP, Oracle, Infor, a number of other ERP, in fact, solutions that are very focused to specific industries. And it's a very common question that we've got the ERP solution, but how can we use it more effectively? Can we do more with the ERP solution? How do we assess that we are utilizing our solution to the maximum? And those are some of the questions that we would love to answer. We've already seen those questions as they came through earlier. So we'll love to answer those questions in the Q&A session. But great insight here, and we'll keep that in mind as we progress during the session. So getting back to the presentation, so digital transformation, I think I'll just spend a few minutes just going through what our thinking is. And then, let's get into the main agenda of the session, looking at Microsoft Dynamics 365 and how Microsoft is enabling digital transformation. So we see digital transformation as an iceberg, and if we look at an iceberg, the top part is just a very small portion. It's actually very, very deep inside. And we see digital transformation in this view, the core infrastructure and application. when I talk about infrastructure, I think the biggest infrastructure is your servers, and moving that to cloud is something that we see happening rapidly as we speak. And then you have an ERP solution, an integrated solution that connects all the different processes and functions within an organization. But these two are sort of the stepping stone, or one of the key ingredients in digital transformation. But in terms of actual transformation of the business, uh, if the business itself isn't getting impacted, and the overall culture of the organization. So I'll talk a bit about both these. Business model is, you have these rapid changing dynamic environment that we operate in. There are uncertainties, pandemic being one of them that we've been through already. Um, in these dynamic and uncertain um, environment, how can businesses transform themselves? The whole transformation from physical to an online was a big business model transformation for many organizations. Can the solution that you're implementing, can the infra and applications that you're getting onto support the change in business models, or the upgrade to middle business models that you are pursuing and may pursue in future as well? Is your application ready for that? That is something that is very critical and should be considered as a key part of your digital transformation. And then we have the whole culture element, which essentially is all the touch points that you have within the organization, your employees, your partners, your suppliers, your customers. How can you get them all together? And that's when you can actually say that your business is transformed. And all of this has to be scalable. All of this has to be in the long run. So you're not doing it as a one-off activity, but on a regular basis, can you actually enable this? I think we have some wonderful examples later on in the presentation where we talk about how some of these elements like customer, how can you digitally enable your customer? How can you digitally enable your vendors and suppliers? We have some very good examples from our experience that we would be sharing later on. Um, so when you look at the complete digital transformation, the four elements that we talk about, we believe there are two fundamental things that organizations should get it correct. And the first is the solution itself, your ERP solution. You have to get it absolutely right. And there are steps to make sure that you have you evaluating all the possible options that you have in the right way, and identify the one that suits your business well. There are a number of criteria that you would look at, and making sure that you have the right solution for your business is one of the most important thing. No ERP solution in the world would be perfect for every business. Um, so the applications would have a lot of things that may suit your business, may not suit your business, and that's something that you have to evaluate. And the second most important thing is the team. And when I say team, I do mention, you would need a partner, because no organization would have in-house team, that too for a short period of time just for implementation, but you need the right partner and you need the right team in-house collectively working towards the success of the project. I think these two fundamental things you would need to get it right before you actually begin your digital transformation journey. Um, Quickly, I think when you look at solution, this slide specifically is focused on the solution part of the two element solution and team. Data has always been there in various formats. The output that we've been looking at earlier used to be less complex. The data used to be fairly straightforward. There would be less varied data, uh, but depend and the output used to be very basic as well, or may not be as complex as we see right now. What we are seeing today is the data coming from multiple sources, from your customers, vendors, social media. There are a number of channels from which you get data. They're in different formats, they're different forms, different types, and the output also has become much more complex. I think data has been always there, but the scale has changed rapidly, and you need a solution that can handle the kind of data and the kind of output that organizations are looking at today. It should be able to handle that, and the complexity is always going to increase, and you would need to have a solution that can support you in the future as well. Uh, this is a quick survey that we did sometime earlier this year, where we looked at the different phases during implementation. What are the most critical things that people look at? When we look at the initial phase of partner selection, I think 6 of 10 respondents said that it's the most important criteria when you begin your digital transformation journey. During the pre-implementation phase, I think it's very, very critical to get your requirement, or what we say, the request for proposal document, absolutely correct. It forms the basis of your partner selection. It forms the basis of your uh, project that you're going to take up. You have to be absolutely clear in terms of what you are expecting from the transformation that you're looking at. During the implementation phase, what are the typical challenges, unexpected changes that comes up, and delays in milestones. And a lot of these do fall back to the pre-implementation phase. If you don't have clarity on what you need, some of these challenges may come in the in the implementation and post go live phase. Post go live, I think one of the key thing that we came across was support hours agreed in the contract. Make sure that the support hours that you have with your with a partner has to be absolutely clear in terms of what's the scope on that. And typically we have seen projects getting delayed for multiple reasons, either and everything falls back on some of the basics during the initial stage, the right partner selection, and your requirement or your understanding of what you need to do. Costs delay in implementation as well as increase in costs. So for today's session, that's the background on digital transformation. Microsoft, this is the whole suite of solution that Microsoft offers. For today's session, we are focused on the finance and supply chain solutions. These are the core ERP solutions that Microsoft has. We do plan to have similar sessions in future where we'll focus on each of these different modules. We'll pick up a few and cover them in our upcoming sessions. But for today, we will focus on finance and supply chain. The data intelligence piece, which is essentially for all the applications, that's also something that we're going to cover in detail. This is the last slide on this part of the session. I think, why do we feel that Microsoft is differentiated against other tier 1, tier 2 ERP solutions? One is out of the box. One of the key things that you need from an ERP is that you have as many functionalities out of the box available. They should, for Microsoft Dynamics, for the major industries that we support, we have nearly all the functionalities available off the shelf. But also, we understand that no ERP can cover all possible scenarios, all possible industries. Microsoft does allow great application that helps integrate and customize the applications in very easy manner. So while the solution offers end-to-end processes, but there are a lot of other processes that you can actually integrate. And again, as we go ahead, we'll go through some of these integrations and customizations that we have done for our clients. User friendliness is another big factor. I think we have all been attuned to using Microsoft Office suite, Word, Excel, PowerPoint. That's something that's inseparable from the corporate environment. And Microsoft Dynamics 365 draws inspiration from that. Later on, when we look at the UI, you would understand that it's one of the most user-friendly, UI that's around right now, and very easily to adopt and use. Fourth point, partner network. As I talked earlier, we have more than 64,000 partners across the globe, and um, it does help a lot in terms of closing the gaps in the ERP solution. So partners can develop their own solutions. We'll briefly cover some of the solutions that we have developed. These are a good way to plug in some of the areas that the core ERP may need for certain industries. And lastly, it's the analytics and visualization engine, which is Power Platform, with automation, analytics, and visualization capabilities like none other. Power Platform is one of the most comprehensive automation, analytics, and visualization solution available right now, and it comes completely integrated with Microsoft Dynamics. What's more is that it can be integrated with any other ERP solutions. If you're on SAP or if you're on Oracle or any other ERP solution, you can actually leverage Power BI for your ERP as well. So with that, I'll end up my section of the presentation. I'm sorry, it may have gone a few minutes over, but let's go into Microsoft Dynamics 365. Let's look at what are the different functionalities that it brings in, and look at some of the fantastic use cases that we've been able to work over the years. I think we do have a quick poll before we start. Anshul, if you can just put up the poll. Okay, very good.
Already did. Yes.
Okay, 43 responses so far. We're leaning towards a large majority, either fairly aware or not much aware of the solution. Okay, I think and good to know that a lot of participants are already using Microsoft Dynamics. And I think some of the questions that we got was, what next? We've implemented finance and supply chain. What next? And what can we do more with the product, the solution? I think that's also something that we plan to cover in the session. But good to know that a large majority is unaware, and I'm hopeful that this session will give you a good understanding, a good view of the solution. Although, as we said, it's a capsule demo. Um, if there is interest in having more detailed demo, we can schedule some individual sessions later on. So I think, Anshul, we can close the demo and close the poll and move on to the next section. Sajeer?
Yeah, Anish.
Oh, okay. Go ahead.
Yeah, Anish. Thank you all, and good afternoon, everyone. And my name is Sajeer. I am a co-founder and a principal consultant of the Solution Consulting. In today's session, I thought of discussing about a lot of us have already implemented the ERP when we look towards it, there can be some set of functions which is using comprehensively, but there are gaps. People still use as Excel sheets or different set of mechanism and application to feed the data into the application, and it's not well connected. And the collaboration capabilities of the application as well as the ecosystem which used by the organization, which may not be that great. This session today, we focus on people who already have other ERPs as well. There can be other ERPs which you are using today. But the Power Platform and Microsoft set of technology tool available today will be able to complement what you have already done. There will be much more better intuitive process which you will be able to build around the solution what we have already created. That's area then we have to look forward for that one. Today I will discuss about a couple of things what we done around the Power Platform which we have created, that how it helped the organization digitalize their processes. And it's not limited to one or two cases. We have done many, but we should be able to do it across for different function, whatever it is required. So I'll start with a quick introduction about D365, because in the poll, what we have seen like that, there are a lot of people, they are not much aware about Dynamics, which they are coming first time as well. Probably 1 or 2 minutes I will take for that particular thing. So Microsoft provide not only the application, but you look forward for that one is there is a Azure Infra is available. Then you have M365, including Office and your Windows and everything. Then on top of that, Microsoft has created business application called Microsoft Dynamics 365 family of application. This all together, we should be able to weave any kind of digitalization process when and where it is required. Then when you look for the solution, Microsoft call it as one platform, but today it's coming with another buzzword as well called one data. That means the data which can originated from anywhere inside the organization using D365 application, different person, or there are different set of area, then we will be able to use the one platform. The one platform contains different set of application which Microsoft has already published. It can be sales application, your finance application, supply chain, your HR and payroll related application, then talent operations, then there are different set of purposefully built applications are available, which you will be able to use for different function. If any of this function where the data and application, there is some amount of intelligence inside building my analytics space and everything, then this data can be connected to the Azure platform. Then I will be able to do anything using the data which I have collected from this different thing. So inside the ecosystem, then what you have is you have very flexibility of extending whatever which you have developed. Today you have developed something, then you want to extend the application. We will be able to use different functions for that one. Multiple API sets are available. Data governance models are very well available inside the platform. That will ensure like that your digitalization journey is completely enabled using the technology. Then once the technology is enabled, we will be able to weave the solution using the technology and using what is required inside the organization. And the entire platform, whatever it is available today, it's designed for the mobility. So it's work in a mobile application, it work in a web platform, any device, you should be able to use that one. You doesn't need to carry your infra as well. It's a full software is available as a software as a service as well. Then a lot of countries, there are a local presence and DC as well is available. There your data will reside inside the country whenever there is a regulatory compliance and standard related stuff is there. But otherwise, your data will be secured inside Microsoft Azure, because there are a very large amount of certification Microsoft already have in terms of data security and policy aspect is concerned. So when you talk about Microsoft Dynamics 365 family of application, there are set of application created for the operation. These are called operational application. Then there are set of application which created for the customer engagement as well. This all together, along with the technology enablement, like Power Apps is a technology, Power BI is a technology, Power Automate and Power Virtual Agent is a technology. So using this technology and using this application, we will be able to create the digitalization process much more easier. And each of this purposefully built application having a very large amount of function for that one, especially if you look into commerce, contains every functional requirement for a retail chain to run it. It can be 1,000 store or 10,000 store, or if you are running 10 to 20 stores as well, you should be able to adopt the solution. It contains the entire functionality required to run a retail. When you look into project operations as well, a service industry or a energy industry or a manufacturing industry or a construction industry will be able to adopt the project operation for different purposes of the project. It's a complete, fully functional application available. So during the demo, when going forward, we will walk you through here and there a little about that one. So what is the importance of Power Platform in today's world? In today's world, most of the traditional ERP, if you look towards D365, SAP, Oracle, or anything, the user interface may not be that intuitive. There can be complexities for to train the people, for the people to adapt it as well. There can be workforce who will be working on this different set of function. You have to provide immense training to them. How to enable them in a much more simpler factor, in a form that we will be able to provide a much more interactive user experience for them. They will feel like that rather than they are doing the data entry, they are doing their operation. When we look forward for that one, D365 Power Platform enable you to modernize your ERPs, different functions as well. Today, you probably will be creating a purchase order using a data entry form. If tomorrow using a Power Platform from an PDF or a scan document, we should be able to easily convert that document into a purchase order automatically using the capabilities available inside the Power Platform. For doing this, there need to be a multiple set of application which require to be used. I will show you an example for one of such a cases, how we have done, how this particular functionality is created using the different components available inside the Microsoft Dynamics technology platform. So a unified business application platform, when you think about it, you need to think about acting, you need to think about collaboration, you need to think about analyzing the data as well, wherever it's coming, wherever it is getting originated from different matrices. So all this, including the data origination, can be from a customer you are interacting with a chatbot, or a vendor who is submitting his purchase order from a vendor portal, or a finance is interacting with a bank and getting the reconciliation data from there, or a customer directly or the user directly feed the data from an Excel suite or anywhere as well. So all this together, when you look forward this, the technology available together. Today you would have implemented D365 finance and operation, but it's inefficiently used in different areas. Then we have to analyze where are the inefficiencies coming, how we will be able to enable it a much more fruitful manner, how we will be able to create that one. So few example in terms of digitalization, I'll take it from real life from a couple of our customers, wherever which we have done. One of my customer who are having a problem, they implemented the ERP. There are large manufacturing house, almost 1,000 plus employees were working there. Then in terms of them, they are not so educated guys, and they run some multiple stores in different regions as well. So one of the problem what they have faced, we implemented the ERP. What is their process is like that? It's an abaya manufacturer. When they manufacture abaya, the customer will be able to custom design the abaya when they are going into the retail shop. So what's happening in terms of the journey, when they design, ask the customer about their requirement, the entire requirement may not get translated proper into the production floor, and the production floor will not get a real-time information about the entire data. As people are writing in paper, Excel sheet and everything, when they move forward, what is the data in the data, truthness of the data when the source and destination can be entirely different. And end of the day, it can create a lot of customer dissatisfaction. So the customer has implemented ideally 4 or 5 module of D365. They implemented finance, supply chain, manufacturing, warehouse management, and retail, including their point of sale operation, which they implemented from D365. But this is one of their core business. What we have done is we enhanced this by providing them a intuitive platform which is created in the Power Platform, where the customer will be able to select, the user will be able to select along with the customer whatever they wanted. They want a customer is getting selected. They selected the product, then they selected the measurement details as well. Then it's keep on moving in continuous by selecting each of the selection, which I am showing it. So then here, it's not like that, okay, in a neck, what should be the size in a sleeve, how should be the cut in a sleeve length, how much it should be, what should be there in the bottom, what should be there in the hip and waist. It in a visible format like that, you train your own users inside the shop. It will be much more easier for them rather than I provide them a Excel kind of a form where they will keep on filling this data. So this will give them a much more beautiful user interface. So the user will feel like that they are interacting with the application in a much more productive manner. And the customer as well will be able to see this application and they should be able to agree to what they are buying completely. Otherwise, the communication can wrong when it move from production, when it move from the shop floor to the production floor. This is where it is completely eliminated out of it. Now you have created, you selected the entire requirement of customer. Then you have different forms and navigation screens are provided for them. Once they selected this one, we'll move forward to the next screen. Then from the point of sale, wherever they are using the point of sale, they will get the design order summary. The design order summary, they should be able to convert the design order summary into a complete production order. So automatically when a sales order getting created, along with the sales order, there will be a production order as well getting created. The production order contains the entire requirement of the customer. Look forward for that one. If you have stores inside different region, you have to scan it, send it, then you need to collect the data. Then the entire hassles of this were eliminated using this functional application, what we have created on top of it. Now the orders are simply converted into transaction from a point of sale. Now you created a sales order where you are completing the order. Once you complete the order, you will be able to see the entire details, whatever it getting translated, captured, which is getting translated over there. Then the details got captured over here. Now from an ERP, the same time, in real time, whatever the order which I have created, which created here, and the sales order, I should be able to create my production order, then I'll be able to give it for scanning. In production floor as well, what we have done, previously people were using logbooks for entering their timesheet booking. Now we provided them a kiosk for them. They should be able to scan their order and say like that I'm starting this particular work. Now inside the production order as well, the efficiencies are measured in form of how much time he took it for doing one particular function from starting to end, how much of time which it took for completing the order as well. Now the order sheet is available in the production floor with the entire detail what we have captured over there. Now nobody will be able to come back and tell I made a mistake, I didn't got the detail, I didn't got the details and data or anything. This is how one digitalization process which happening in terms of using the Power Platform. Here I am using an ERP. Here I am using a point of sale device. I have my production floor. I have my production people as well. But the enablement of the digitalization process is coming when we automate the entire aspect out of it, where people were collaborating using the application rather than having ad hoc communication with different sets. This is one example. And second one example is like that we have a large transportation management company. They got almost 1,300 plus vehicles. When these vehicles, the drivers, there will be transport coordinators will be there. They'll be responsible for managing this vehicle and provide the details of the vehicle. Now consider 1,300 vehicle with the technicians, different set of data. One of the major problem what they have faced is they doesn't have a comprehensive mechanism to report the kilometer report the time of asking different questions for them, ask for maintenance. All these things were not available before they were using it manually. Now the entire process, instead of people using the form and letters, we provided them this mobile app. So each of the staff, what they will do when they require a maintenance, they come here and the maintenance request will be created here. When the maintenance request is created, inside the ERP and maintenance order will get created. And from there, you should be able to record the consumables and everything required for that one. Now the entire inventory tracking, your efficiency of the entire ecosystem, what is created inside the organization, we should be able to use it completely as part of that one. Now you see like that 1,300 employees, which they converted over here, there will be a lot of traction coming. There will be a lot of requests coming. Now the entire tracking of the request, its completion, its process performance, and everything will be done inside the Power Apps application as part of that one. This is where some areas where you feel like that, okay, if you are using an existing ERP, consider you are using SAP or Oracle as well, you should be able to use Power Platform for automating a lot of process around it. That is where the major importance comes, and these tools and platform will enable us, it provide us entire comprehensive technology available for us to use it. We doesn't need to worry about how I'll govern my mobile application, how the data accuracy will be there, how it will be flown, how I'll be able to convert that into report. Then entire thing is available inside the platform. Only I just need to weave the process, whatever is required for me to automate my processes. This is one wonderfully used example which the customer, and another we have one more platform which I am showing, a digital tailor, which is for another customer what we have created. They were not using Microsoft Dynamics solution, but they were want to have an order to be coming from that solution over there. Then we use Power Platform for them to create the customer account. Now this will get the data real time using an API from the customer. Now they select the customer, they will be able to create a little different process. Yeah, they selected the customer, then the entire orders, can you move? Then the then a customer, you should be able to create the profile of the customer for their, this is for an abaya manufacturer. So when they manufacture the abaya, they want to collect the details, whether they are creating it for their sons, parents or anybody, then they will be able to keep different profile for their family member. When they create the profile of the family member, it can be used in future as well. That means I created the profile today, in next day when I am coming, I should be able to use it. It's a similar, but here as well, they will be punching their entire set of data over there, then the bottom details, everything. So similar one digital form will be get created for them, which I am showing only because it's created and integrated with another ERP. It doesn't mean you need to have Dynamics 365 for using this platform. Now the order is getting created. Yeah. Then everything related with the order. Now the particular sales order, customer selected the fabric. I'll be able to assign the profile with the order the customer has created for the fabric. Then the order is getting created. Then automatically which will move over there. Look into the retail perspective as well. Now for a customer, when they look towards it, whenever there is production started, SAP will provide the details whenever it's got started. Then this production started details will get updated. If the production is getting completed, that details is getting updated there. Then the dispatch from the warehouse to the store, it got happened, it got updated here. Now everybody looking into the application, they doesn't need to communicate in different areas for knowing the status of the order, where it lies, where it ready. And when the product is ready, dispatched, then ready for collection, the store just need to update it by saying it's ready for collection. When it's updated, ready for collection, automatically an email and SMS will go to the customer, and the customer will be able to come there and do the collection process as well. Here it's fully automated in terms of using a different set of ERP as well, but you have seen how the functionality which got implemented as part of this one. Now a lot of hassles which it can come, which got eliminated. Now everybody is looking into a single version of truth information. That is where the digitalization come into picture, which I'll show a couple of additional examples as well as I move forward. This is a manufacturing visibility. They will get the entire details of the order in form of a PDF. Then from there, they will be able to start doing their production order for that purpose. Then look towards it, we have created another functional application for a store audit solution as well. One of our customer, what they want, they are running 50 plus stores. Then each of the stores, they want to report their daily sales report, their cash handover report, their different set of credit card slip details, everything. Previously, what they are doing, every week, somebody will travel to the store, he collect the form, whichever the people were filling in a paper. Then they will take the entire form back into the organization, and they have to scan it and keep it somewhere inside their audit records. This is one of the audit policies. It generates 6 or 7 documents every day from the store, and its handling of the entire function itself is an hassle. But the audit requirement, it must be there. So what we have helped the customer, we provided them, instead of paper forms, we created such a digital form. There they will be able to enter their records. They'll be able to sign the document. When they complete this back into the system will automatically convert this particular application, particular form into a PDF form. It will store into the storage as well. Now you have seen otherwise how many people, coordination, timeline, everything was required for getting it done. Now today it's entirely automated in a sense like that. You doesn't need to look for wait for that particular function in any other manner. Now it's simplified. Training people will be much more easier, and handover, managing this data and governing it as well will much more easier in that sense. This is an example of another Power Apps. Then one of the customer what they have problem in is like that they have a stock consolidation issue. That means a couple of their stores they will replenish their inventory. They want to see like that. Okay, I don't have enough inventory not available in some stores where they are selling the product much more better, but in some other store I have excess stock is available. Now I have 65 or 75,000 SKUs which is available. For me to look for that every day, it will be very cumbersome process. Somebody to do an Excel, then analyze it and put it and everything. But we done using Microsoft Analytics. We connected with Analytics. We created a data model. The data model will take the data. It will Anish, can you go back? Yeah.
Sorry.
The data model will translate the data. It will give them an information, stock consolidation required for the store and stock available here. Excess stock is available here. Now the user only has to click few buttons wherever he want to create that particular excess stock. Once he do that button click, system will automatically create a transfer order from the source location to the destination location. Otherwise, previously it was his full day job. Now you only take 2 or 3 hours for getting this job done. So this is where the automation which it comes on top of whatever the business application which you are using. We are anyway any application which is created for handling the data, whatever the application which captured the data, we should be able to use that data for different purposes. These are few real life examples which you will be able to see it in such a manner like that. Okay, how these small organizations or this organization will be able to make use of the technology and they eliminate the hard set of people collaboration for different. Then they will be able to focus on their job and operation rather than focusing on data generation. Yeah, this is a digital receipt which you created for a customer. What is the digital receipt? Where it is important? When you look forward, rather previously I'll be printing papers and forms. In rather than that, I should be able to send them a receipt in form of an email. It doesn't end wherever in a receipt which is going into the customer. It's having an embedded AI which is running. It will do a recommended product link as well based on the customer purchase. If the customer purchase 5 products from the list, the recommended link will give the link into the online commerce platform for 3 or 4 different product. Probably if 1% cross sell, if that create a lot of extra revenue, that makes a lot of sense when you look forward for that one. These are some of the possibilities when you look forward for the digitalization journey. Previously as well, I was giving him the receipt. Now instead of giving them a receipt, I am embedding him and little more information. I'm asking him then just capture this information from there. So this is where the product link as well as promotion link, you will be able to embed into the receipt. If they open the receipt, if they see it, it's much better manner. I'll be able to even embed a couple of promotional literature as well wherever it is required, which I'll be able to embed into the receipt. Look into it's not like that whatever the partner only create the solution. There are a lot of technological enhancement Microsoft as well keep on adding into the solution along with their primeline business application. Inventory visibility today become a much important stuff. If you look forward, it's not only my own employees are dealing with my inventory. I have a lot of third party websites. I'll have aggregators who will be available to sell my product. I want to collaborate with them. When I want to collaborate with them, I need to have a strong technology and an accurate technology should be available to visualize and provide the data what they require for them to complete their order. It can be in form of product masters, it can be in form of my price list, it can be in form of my on-hand inventory visibility and everything. Now, Microsoft itself is creating such on silos of application on top of what is available on the core product. Now you will be able to see it may be able to use it for immense set of functionalities in terms of a field service engineer going, a salesperson going into the field, or a warehouse manager who will be able to see the same information using application platform. So this one simple technology requirement, I have a stock on hand information. It even created using multiple technologies inside D365. It's in form of web APIs are available. Then you have APIs completely available for you to expose your stock on hand information back into them. Then Dataverse you should be able to use for getting this information using Power Apps, Power BI, or Power Automate functionality. When it comes to, let us say, my stock level goes beyond beyond 5% of my minimum storage, then I want to start placing an order, then a user doesn't need it. I will be able to use the replenishment engine of D365, or I'll be able to use Power Automate function for that purpose as well. Inside Power Automate, what I am asking, I'm giving a recommendation inside a mobile app, then somebody will be getting a notification. I'm getting a response as well from that particular user by saying, okay, proceed with that one. Otherwise, he need to wait for his entire day, come into the store, then he has to look into the business application, he has to open it and look into particular report for getting it. Today, before he has to come for this one, we are reaching to him, we are providing him enough information, we are asking him to take a decision as part of that one. So such kind of application which you will be able to do and build using the technology, whatever it is available today inside D365, this is where the true digitalization happening. And we will be able to eliminate a lot of people's attention into the operational attention that we will be able to increase as part of this one. E-invoicing today, as you know, it's a complete e-invoicing capabilities available inside D365. It's for Saudi region e-invoicing, which is mandatory. It may be required for other regions as well. That means the machines will be able to talk out of the box with different systems and regulatory systems and everything, whatever it is required. So it's not limited in form of a partner creating the solution. There are a lot of add-ins and solutions and technologies which Microsoft as well keep on publishing. As you all know, like that in D365 platform, you all know it's one platform. That means you implement it once. You doesn't need to worry about the upgrade, then backups, then DR or anything. It's a complete built-in capability of the platform. That means when your application will keep on upgraded every 3 months into the latest core package, whatever is released by Microsoft. You doesn't need to worry about who will implement, who will upgrade my system or anything. These are some inherent features which is available from the platform, which may be much more useful for the customer, which you feel like that, okay, now you doesn't need to keep 3 administrator for taking the backup, then running the servers and systems and everything. Now you only need to monitor in a dashboard where it happens successfully, or there is an interaction is required with Microsoft technical team for that purpose. These are the areas and additional added advantage when you come into the SaaS platform of D365. What I try to tell is it's like there are a lot of people who doesn't aware about the platform. That's what which I put forward that statement. Yeah, Aneesh. Uh, other than what we have done, TSC have created couple of vertical solutions as well, which include a pharma vertical solution, which completely will be useful for pharmacies globally, which they will be running. It's having entire functionality available for that one. It shows the extendability capability of Microsoft Dynamics. It doesn't stop where what Microsoft just created. You as a customer or you as a partner will be able to enhance whatever Microsoft created. We'll be able to create vertical solution which will fit the market requirement as well. The solution what we have created, it fit into the pharma vertical as well as the optical vertical as well. So anybody who is having such a pharma and optical, they doesn't need to have multiple solution. They can have a single solution which they will be able to run it. It's run with complete Microsoft regulatory service and standard. Whatever it is required in this regional requirement as well, it's completely handled as part of that one. Anish? Yeah, this is the same solution contains an optical things as well, which you will be able to real time create orders for the optical solution as well. So you as a customer, whenever you have D365 which already implemented, or you have a customer, you have any other ERP which you are already using, you should be able to complement Microsoft technologies around your core application, or you can completely use the one platform, one data solution which is available from Microsoft Direct. Yeah, this is an example when we talk about the collaboration platform. If today you will be able to embed D365 finance and operation into Teams. So a team, you are traveling, you should be able to get your Teams inside your mobile application. You will be able to look into your ERP inside your team. This is one capability Microsoft released. You know, like that it can be used for different people inside different function for different set of data that's directly available inside the ERP itself. So you can entirely embed it. If it's a supply chain, finance operation, your Power BI, your Power Apps, anything you should be able to embed inside your teams. So you doesn't need to keep multiple applications as well, which is one. Here you can see the same complete workspace of a sales order processing team, the workspace which is available inside the team, I should be able to take actions from this workplace immediately wherever I require to take actions. The entire Power BI can be embedded. Whatever is embedded inside the 365 F&O, the Power BI, you will be able to see it entirely inside the teams. There you can take actions. It can be any set of data what is available inside the 365 platform, which we will be able to take it from there. So few examples on more is like that. Okay, you have Contaso manufacturing quality control. If you are trying to use it for a quality control process, then you should be able to use it for a quality control system. It can be for a manufacturing area as well. It will be able to see the report, the dashboard, or anything. All these are possible using Microsoft technologies, using your Power Apps, Power BI. Some set of data can be inside SharePoint as well. Then this platform will help you to collaborate the data together, and from there you should be able to take actions and decisions. So for a digitalization journey aspect is concerned, you as a customer doesn't need to look for hundreds of application and vendors. If consider I am using for my visualization on application, my reporting for another application, then you depend on multiple partners and vendors for getting your things delivered. Here another advantage, you use one platform with entire capability and technologies available. Then wherever there are gaps, we will be able to fill the gaps using the technology and application is available. Yes, Anish? Yeah. This is an example which we have created for you in such a way like that. Okay. As you know, like that, there is a chatbot as well is available as part of D365 platform today. So the chatbot, if it's a customer who is enabled, he will be able to take the details, whatever it is required. Here we are only trying to get a customer account details. Then the chatbot will be able to interact with the user will be able to interact with the chatbot, and you have seeing how this particular chatbot, how this is getting designed as well, then how the flow you will be able to create using a drag and drop form, which you will be able to create the entire format out of it. So the general inquiries of a customer, if you want to automate the entire process, their Microsoft chatbot itself is available. You doesn't need to buy another chatbot, then integrate with the Microsoft technologies for this one. So such chatbot as well is part of the one platform solution available from Microsoft. Yeah, Anish.
I think that's
Yeah,
your
I think.
section of the
Yeah.
Go ahead, Sajeer.
Yeah. Then I'll be. I know like that. It's a pretty lengthy area where which we have to discuss one to one based on your requirement. That probably after this session, if anybody requires some sort of additional information or some sort of advice from us, please let us know. Please contact us and let us discuss it together. From there, we will be able to. Yeah. One question which has come, if Microsoft D365 it can be integrated with CRM, obviously that's what I have told. That this system can be integrated with anything. It's only nothing required in a Microsoft technology. It can be an outside technology as well. For Microsoft technology, the good thing is it's pre-built in. You doesn't need to do anything rather than we just need to say like that, what is the path, what is the what is the destination and what is the source out of it. Once you configure, then automatically this endpoints will start communicating data together. So that's an advantage over there. Probably by end of the session, we will have a Q&A session. Then I will take more questions from there. I'll be handing over this to Satiish, who is our one of the principal consultant, who will be taking it forward. He's trying to demo the D365 application functionalities in a real-time manner. So hand out to
Thank you, Sajeer. Good afternoon, everyone. Let me share my screen. So yeah, from the poll, what we have seen is like a few of the audience are new to the D365, and few of them are familiar, and few of them are want to utilize the already using ERP of D365 into effective manner. So I just want to have I want to give a neutral demo rather than giving much about very basic or very advanced. So let me take it to a neutral manner so that everyone will be interested to have a look about it. So just a quick introduction, whoever is not familiar, maybe who has browsed in the internet, what is D365 is. This is the user interface which you would be getting it when we enter into the D365 finance and operations. So it's a complete URL based, and it is cloud hosted, which is provided by the Microsoft. All the infrastructure is taken care by Microsoft. So if you see here, this is your navigation pane. And this is the home screen, which is you are seeing it outside. And this is the favorites, wherein like anytime if you are a frequent visitor of a particular menu item, you can just favorite yourself. And recent is like it will keep tracking the recent 5 activities which you are doing it in the system that will be captured in the recents. And workspace is this is the workspace, which means that day-to-day activities which can be effectively done rather than navigating into it like a traditional manner. Okay, go to this menu item, do these activities. Rather than that, you will be having a tile, and you can do your activities in a daily manner. Like for example, if you are a accountant, if you want to pass a JB, and if you want to see what are all the journals it's not yet posted, if you just click on the tile, it automatically navigates to the screen where you want to take some actions. So this is not only just daily activities. There are some workspaces which has analytical space as well. Okay, and the advantageous part is like, see, I can create my own workspace based on apart from the default workspaces which is already provided. If you see an example, I have created my own workspace, which is my under my name. I just created a tile which I want to see the vendor master frequently. So if you open my tile, it will automatically navigate to the vendor master, and it will show how many vendors are available. And if I click on the tile, it will directly take me to the vendor master. So in any page, if you can go like, for example, what are the pending and invoices? I want to keep verifying what are all my pending vendor invoices. It's a pretty simple step. Just go to the workspace and add this. And if you add it to my workspace, and then you can say my invoices, and it will be showing straight away in your workspace. So the power of Microsoft is the user interface, wherein it will effectively help you to do your daily activities productively, and then take a quick decisions in the digital manner. So if I go here, if I go to my home screen, the one which I added here, it will be right away, it will be showing what are all the pending invoices which I have to have. Okay, so this is the concept of the workspace. And the commonly used this thing is, if you see this workspaces, you can see what are all the customer aging balances, and what is the open activities, what are the aged balances. It not only provides the activities to be done, as I said, there are analytical workspace also, which is defaultedly embedded into the D365. Okay, so this is the one which I want to talk about it. And so next is this is the one which is the concept of workspace. Next is ease of data entry. Like if you see here, like as a quick example, everyone will be so familiar about the copy paste functionality, right? So if you see here, I have downloaded this row into an Excel, and then I just made the modification to my amount. And then if I copy paste this, automatically system will feed the data quickly into the system rather than punching all the data. Or if I have a previous journal, I want to just change the date and I want to move it, and it will see your amount has been updated over here. You don't want to punch it, or you don't want to re-enter the data. You can take the journal and edit it and then paste it. So these are all the kind of ease of data entries which will be facilitating to you to do your work very effectively. Okay. So this is one, the navigation part which I want to talk about. And let's move on to the other hidden features. I don't want to go in a very generic or common like chart of accounts, account structure. I don't want to go into the basics of the financial module. Our agenda of this particular demo is to just showcase of a very good functionalities which is not effectively used in order to improve the organizational efficiency. So we are focusing on only those type of functionalities, not the basics one. So obviously the basic one, normal ERP, whichever it has, it will be pre-default, it will be available. So just in case if you want any domain questions or any specific business scenario questions, yes, we can address it separately one-to-one. As Sajeer said, we can have a separate one-to-one sessions in the future. Okay, so here talking about the workspace, like mainly like the every finance department will have their own hectic schedule on in period closure, like monthly or year-end closure. So the financial close configurations is predefined, which is given in the system, wherein you can set your own schedules of the closing. Okay, and meantime you can have your n number of templates, whether first I need to finish the area and what is the due time, and you can able to even specify the resources, who is what doing the closing role. And if I specify all these in my workspaces, it will show what are all my activities due to be done. Let's say I want to reconcile my customer balance versus the trial balance. That is my one of my key KPI, which has to be completed at the month end. So if you prepare your closing roles and then specify that particular the resource to that particular role, then if you schedule what is the deadline of it, there's no need of any traditional way of calling or following up, and whether we want to check whether it has been done or not. So we don't want to do anything. So every month this schedule has been set so that they will get their activities straightly in their workspaces. If you see here, I can see my financial period close, and then I will see what are all my pending tasks to be done. And you can see status by person. As a financial manager, I can say, okay, how much has been completed. Okay, this particular employee has completed this role on 75% of his task. So this way, it will help you to organize inside your same ERP system rather than doing a traditional follow-ups. Okay, so this is one of the key functionality, and it is very effective mannerly. We can use it for the department collaboration, right? So this is the one which I want to talk about. And next is the new module, which is asset leasing. Like earlier, as per our IFRS 16, there is no asset leasing concept in the system. But Microsoft, one good thing is that they, whatever the industrial standards, whatever they have been facing it, they will be immediately releasing their each functionalities. The one best example is asset leasing. The next example is the GS1, the pharma industry concepts. So they will be keep on releasing their features in the feature management. Which I will show you that this is the feature management. If any new industrial standards has been published, or if any law enforcement has been done for the particular country specific region, immediately next release you will be getting a feature without affecting your this thing. It will be automatically given as an update to your environment. Okay, so that's the asset leasing module, which has all the lease agreements and everything which you can take into the consideration. All your IFRS standards will be taken care in this module. Okay, so let me go to the next module, which is accounts payable. Like in accounts payable, these are the three things which I would like to showcase it. One is automatic payment proposal and centralized payments and the invoice portal. Like, let me go one by one. If you see over here, you have a process automation, which has been given for few modules. One is the for the customers AR, which I will be covering it in the next slide. Currently, the vendor payments. If you see, like mainly our liabilities will be if we have a frequent purchases or a huge purchases, wherein we will be waiting for the invoices or we will be waiting for the due date to make the payment to the vendors. So in that case, we can set up a critical vendors or critical vendors which will affect our cash flow. So we can set an automatic process automation wherein you can specify which time it has to run and what date we need to make the payment schedule and how much time the batch job has to repeat. If you do it, And then now you can select your automatic vendor journal name and which vendors I need to select. You can select the records to when, and if you click finish, every day it will go and check the due date has been passed. Okay, it is ready for the payment. The next day, if you come in the morning, you will see an automated payment journal will be generated with all the settled invoices. Let's say system will run the settlement. These are all the automated batch jobs which will check the vendor has been due or not, and you can see what are all the viewed marked transactions. System will automatically mark those invoices and keep it ready for your review, and you can release the payment as well. So in this way, you can have a like a proper track on your cash flow, and it will reduce your liability on time. Okay, so this is one. Next is like the vendor invoices. Now, normally our accountants or our finance team will be keep on entering the invoices from the purchase orders, and we will be manually purchasing. I mean, we will be manually punching all the invoices with the descriptions and checking the three-way matching and all those stuff. But if we migrated to the vendor collaboration module, wherein we can ask our vendors to onboard to our system, and then if you ask them to do the invoicing on their behalf, they can go and create their own invoices for the whatever the PO they have been confirmed. So there is no data entry for any of our employees. Once the invoices have been inputted, after the three-way matching, it will go to the approval of the finance department. They just want to review it and post it. That's it. So it will eliminate the maximum data entry work, and we can use that, utilize that time to our any other productive activities. So in this way, this is one of the good option wherein we can onboard some import vendors or any mature vendors onto our onboarding the system, and then they can use this functionality to minimize our data entry. So these are the few features which is I want to focus on the accounts payable now. Let me move to the accounts receivable and credit management. The main the cash crunch for any companies is that if the collection is not happening properly from the collections department, any company will face a cash crunch. So in order to avoid that, there is another process automation wherein you can define a separate collection department and then set an activities on what all the collection activities have to be done for any vendor. For example, the same, this is the schedule which you want to run it. That's a separate thing. If you see here, I can set my own activities. Like if my invoice date is just before due date 5 days, I will just send an email to the customer by setting a template that dear customer, these are all the things invoices which has to be reaching the due date. So kindly prepare your payments. After 30 days of your due date, the first collection letter will be sent to the customer. The second, after 60 days, it will be a final notice to the vendor. And third one, we can set a phone call and we can specify the salesman to make a follow up, and this will be always added as an activity in the credit and collections cases, so that he will be there will be an open task for that particular salesman that the phone call activity has to be done for this particular customer. So it automatically creates a case in the credit management module. And after 180 days, we will be sending a legal notice through the email. So we will say what type of action we will be taking and what are the activities to be done. This, if we set it up, automatically system will take care of all the follow-ups of the customers, which they just want to go and then they can see the collection cases and they want to react to those cases. That's all. So this is how they need to do it, and automatically all the collection letters and everything will be through your electronic for reporting. We can design our own report formats and then we can send it to the customers. So in this way, it will help you to increase your cash flow in the organization. Okay. So next is project accounting. The project accounting, it's a very vast project accounting which adheres to all type of projects like investment projects and time and material and fixed price, internal projects, everything. And it has an end-to-end functionality by setting up the project budgets from your WBS. And we have done an integration with a few, one of the construction companies. They are using their own estimation software for their construction business. So once they define their estimation in their in their software, we automatically integrated to create our own WBS from that particular Candy software. The software name is Candy. So it will integrate the WBS which they have defined as per the each project. It will be integrated into the system. And you have your own project timesheets, and for the digital thing, there can be a mobile app wherein you can able to put your own timesheet into the project, and it will come for the approval for the particular supervisor. And you can see this mobile app is a predefined mobile apps which is given by the Microsoft. And you can publish it, and then you can use it for your internal employees with the self-service licenses. Okay, so and the timesheets will come, and obviously the costing and all these accounting concepts of your project P&L and your elimination rules for your WAP fixed price projects. So it all the accounting concepts are all inbuilt in the projects. And the one more thing which I want to emphasize over here is you can create your own mobile app if you have if any custom forms are to be created which you want to capture currently in the papers in the project site or something, you would like to provide an app. So you can create a custom form, and immediately you can create an app by using this this form. Let's say this is the form. If I click a create a app, you can drag and drop these fields which has to be manually inputted to the end user, and you can set the first page and second page, and you can publish it. Automatically the app is ready for you. So this much flexibility has been provided for your app, and the data entry or data capturing made easy in a very good digital manner by creating a simple app from your front end itself. There is no need of much technical knowledge. Yeah, a little bit some understanding has to be there for the interface. If you have done it, you can publish it at the same moment. And even you can export your current app, and then you can able to modify the app based on your requirements as well. It will be exported as an XML, and you can do your modification, and then you can again import the same app into the application. It's real time, so you can do the same as whenever the need is there. Moving back to like an expense management. Yeah, expense management is again, it's a tightly integrated module for normal expenses, and even in the project in the project accounting module, if you have any expenses, that can also be booked into the expense management module. And the same mobile app has been provided in order to use your expenses to be booked. You can able to enter it in the mobile app itself over this app. It is a default app which is provided by the Microsoft. Next comes our financial reporting. This financial reporting is the very good powerful tool for reporting your financial statements on time. The financial reporting currently they may have chart of accounts, and I would like to say the concept of financial dimensions. Currently, few companies will have very less financial dimension and its limitations in order to report their numbers, and they may do manual analysis by segregating some accounts and consolidating. All these hassles have been removed if you can introduce a financial dimension, and you can use this management reporter. And the management reporter looks like this is a tool which is inbuilt by the Microsoft. So you can define your the finance manager can design any type of reports on any accounts on his own convenience by just choosing the just a minute. Yeah, you can able to configure this as per your own convenience. It's like an Excel, like a row. You can define the ledger account, and in column you can define the periods how you want to come in, and system will take away will take the data directly from your trial balance, and you will get the real-time numbers by designing your own reports. You can design your own reports. Just this a sample wherein you can modify your own reports based on your convenience. Just a second. So like we from our chart of accounts, sorry, I mean the different, I'm sorry, here's what it is. This is your chart of accounts, and I can design the reports as much the flexibility of introducing the columns, introducing a quarter, quarter one, quarter two. It's a completely configuration basis, and you can have a flexibility to see only summary, what is it. And if I want to drill down into the transactions of this, you can click inside the particular number and it will take you to the source from where it is getting posted. It's normally it's like a kind of a mini Power BI, which I could say. And here, a very specific functionality which I would want to showcase is you can filter your, this is the overall P&L of an company, but I would like to see only for one particular brand. The financial numbers which is in the screen will automatically get filtered based on the brand which you are selecting now. So if you select and then if you click OK, your numbers will change automatically. So this is all the power of financial reporting, and you can use n number of financial dimensions, but your chart of accounts can be limited to a limited number of accounts, and you can use your reporting tool for your financial statements. Any type of financial statements, formulas can be built in using this management reporter. Okay. Next is asset management, like as Sajeer said, which I've been already focused on that in the, you can create your own maintenance orders or preventive maintenance from your existing assets, or you can do your asset management for your clients as a post-service orders. And it is indirectly tied up with the project module, which any work orders getting completed for the costing of those work orders will be flown through the project module as an internal project. So and the same for this module as well. Microsoft has already provided a default tab for the asset management to create your own work orders. And you can manage your assets by preventive maintenance and breakdown maintenance. You can able to take care of your asset management. Okay. And yeah, coming back to warehouse management, like if you have been aware of the advanced warehouse management in 2012 version and D365 version, it has been tremendously, it has been I mean upscaled in this D365, and the interface is it's like this. It's like a same like our mobile app, like an ordering map, and it integrates with the D365 in live, and you can able to receive, you can able to do all your warehouse operations in this single app. And it's an extensive module wherein they have all the concepts have been taken care in the warehouse management, which replenishment, cycle counting, your work or transportation, load management, everything has been taken care into it. And every business scenario can be mapped in these two modules of transportation and warehouse management. And you can able to customize some class of the logics of this waves and other stuff with your own custom classes. So that much flexibility has been provided for this warehouse management. And there is an option to, I mean, change your interface of the mobile app as well. That flexibility is also there. It is not that it is stick to it. And as I said, like as a new concept, when in the market, the GS1 has been came in. So in this GS1, in this warehouse management, you can see whenever any a new market requirements that comes in, system, Microsoft will release their feature, and then you can enable that feature and you can start using it right away with the basic setup which I have to do. So if I see my application GS1 as per the standard identifiers, you have your application identifiers, and which is automatically they will give the default say industrial setups, and then you can configure the module. And if I just want to show you a quick demo, if I have my PO number and I'm giving a QR data matrix data, but system will automatically recognize as per the identifiers, and it will split the data based on the requirement. So just a quick. So it will ask for the item. Here there is need or no need of an item. For example, this will be the data which will be encoded after you scan your QR code with your mobile device. So if you just enter the item, system will automatically recognize what is the item and how much is the quantity and and then it will just confirm it, and then automatically it will ask you for the license plate, which is normally all the inbound has to have a license plate. It can be auto-generated as well. And now, if you see the batch, I didn't enter the batch. It automatically takes up from the QR data code data matrix. It automatically picks up the batch number. And if the work is completed, the serial number will also get registered in the particular transactions, because GS1 will be tracked with the serial numbers. So if you go to the application and if you see the serial number of the particular transactions, it will be registered. We go to my second line. See the registered, the serial number has been automatically popped up and the batch number also have been popped up. My ordered quantity is 60. I just received only 12, and you can see my batch numbers and serial numbers have been automatically taken up. So this much of advanced levels have been introduced in the warehouse management, wherein, as I said, the depth business scenarios can be addressed in one-to-one basis. So all layout can be set up, and these are the mobile device which is in the market supporting the warehouse app. And next is landed cost module, which is recently introduced. Earlier, we may have an hassle of addressing the reconciliation of, okay, what are the freight charges? Let's say if it has multiple POs, how to allocate the cost. And it's a manual work wherein a computation will be done to allocate a particular freight or customs cost for the particular POs. Now that all been eliminated, and they have introduced a landed cost wherein you can put multiple purchase orders into one particular voyage and the shipment can be received, and you will have an end-to-end tracking of, okay, what is the ACE and advance shipment notice given by the vendor and what is the quantity we received through the GAT orders. Everything can be tracked end-to-end using this landed cost module. So you will have what are the over or under transactions, what is my estimated cost of the particular shipment. Once I receive the actual cost from the vendor, if we allocate that cost to the voyage, it directly updates the cost of goods sold if the item has been already sold. So this much advanced level of costing has been taken care using this landed cost module. Okay. And finally, I just want to show what are all the integration capabilities which we have done for the other customers. Like we have one customer where they don't have their own warehouse, but they have the third-party warehouse, which is a key player in this Dubai region. So we integrated with that system. So whenever any purchase orders or any inbounds from the particular stores or particular warehouse from other warehouse to the main warehouse, if any order is processed in the system, automatically it will be communicated to the system, and then we will be sending what is the expected quantity. And when the warehouse is physically received, actually what is the quantity they have received, it will be directly integrated to the system, and then the difference quantity will be tracked and the respective quantity will be posted into the system. So this is for the inbound, and same is for the outbound as well. Like from one warehouse to another warehouse, how it has been sent, whether that particular order has been received in that particular warehouse or not, or it has been received in the destination. All the tracking will be happened in the D365 with their API with the third-party integration. And fourth one, like one of the question which I saw in the forum, like digital payments, we have done host-to-host integration from D365 to the Mashrak Bank, wherein if the payment has been initiated from the D365, we will be taking up the notepad file, and then we will be sending it to the Mashrak Bank, and then they will process it, and they will say whether it is the template or the respective host-to-host file is success or failed or it is rejected. All the status can be monitored, and whether it has been posted, and we will get the complete remarks from the through the digital payments. So whichever the bank or any type of bank integration, it is possible to integrate with D365. And nevertheless, as I said, as Sajeer said, it can be integrated with anything. Literally. So we can, this is another example wherein we have integrated with the largest key player of Africa money transfer, who is the option. So they used to send the data on daily basis, on the periodic basis, from which branch to which branch, what amount has been transferred, what is the commission. All these accounting concepts are taken care by integrating with the system, and then we are taking care of the financials of around 40 countries around the world. And this is seamlessly integrated with their operational system. So this is another example of an HA system which we integrated, where you can able to get the clinic collections, billing details, or if any item mass is getting created in the HA system, how to seamlessly get integrated, and ERA settlement. So this is a hospital information system which is integrated with this, and same financials have been reported on time, and the reconciliation will be done between the operational system and your ERP system. So this is another example. So in this way, we can integrate with any operational system or any external system or any government regulatories, wherein if you want to, like say now that means which is a GS1 related one medical regulatory system is there, and we have DHA for, I mean, health authorities. Any system can be integrated, and the business operations will be streamlined based upon the operational needs. Okay, so this is a short demo of the capabilities and the effective modules which can be utilized in the D365. And over to you, and thanks for this opportunity. Over to you, Aneesh.
Thank you, Satiish. And thank you, Sajeer, for the session. So I hope you've got a glimpse of the system, some of the functionalities that we were talking about, and more than happy to have some detailed sessions in case someone is interested. If you're looking for exploring D365 as your ERP solution, we'll be more than happy to schedule some one-on-one sessions and provide detailed demo. These demos usually last for a couple of hours if you have to cover end-to-end processes. So do reach out to us if you need any help on the system. Coming to the last section, we just have one more slide before we move into the Q&A. If you are planning to implement D365 or you're considering it, we just want to share quick glimpse of what it looked like in terms of the cost and timelines for implementation. On the left-hand side, I have some of the standard products that will be part of the implementation. So from the initial diagnostics to the post-go live and project closure part, what are the typical deliverables that will be covered as part of an implementation? And then for a plain vanilla implementation, which is basically your finance and supply chain solutions, whatever is available out of the box for one legal entity. Usually you would see the project price start from roughly 100K USD, which is where the plain vanilla implementation starts. We have an offer to share with everyone and your network as well until Q1 of next year. So until March of next year, we are offering plain vanilla finance and supply chain implementation for one legal entity for 48,000 USD. We can commit for a 4-month delivery on a out of the box implementation. That's on the implementation cost side. And from a license perspective, for finance and operations, you would require a minimum of 20 licenses to be procured. And rough cost would be around USD 3,600 per month. So should give you a good idea of what would be a approximate cost, um, number of legal entities, additional modules you may want to cover. We saw some of the additional modules that earlier in the session. If there are integrations and customizations required, those are the ones where actually the cost increases. But otherwise, if you're looking at an out-of-box solution, this is what the costing would look like. Hopefully this is useful, and as I said, do reach out if you have any questions, and we will now move on to the question and answers. We do have a bunch of questions. I know we are running short on time, but we'll try and cover as many as we could, and then we will reply to all of you. We will in person send you a note after the meeting. If you are unable to cover your questions, we'll send you a note with an answer to your question. Sajeer, if you're ready, I will just start up with the questions. These were some of the questions that we got from our form that we circulated a couple of days back, and then we had some live questions as well.
That's fine, Aneesh. We can start.
Sure. One of the question was why to choose Dynamics compared to other ERPs? What's the future of Microsoft Dynamics?
See, if you look towards all of the three major ERPs in this region, which is available, SAP, Oracle, and Microsoft Dynamics, it's having its own core capabilities in different area. But we look towards Microsoft Dynamics, especially, you can see the kind of investment which Microsoft is making into the platform, which enable today the entire cloud-ready, mobile-ready ERP system with a lot of collaboration tools around it. It's not only it's starting and ending with an ERP, but it contains everything required for your digital journey. It definitely is a game changer when you compare between if an Oracle or SAP, because it's only provide an ERP for you. But here, starting from Office 365 to your ERP, to your chat application, your mobile application, and everything, it's available from a single vendor and a single platform as well. And you as well all know uh, today it's a true cloud-ready product is Microsoft Dynamics only. But most of other partners were lagging behind in a complete cloud and mobile-ready perspective. Yeah, which SAP and Oracle is trying well as well, but Microsoft is well ahead of all of this.
Thank you.
Then another
Mhm.
one important area
Right.
which you have to look is the intuitiveness of the user interface, the familiar interface, as well as uh, the pricing factor as well, which will come when you compare between these three ERPs in a box.
Sajeev, the next question is Microsoft Dynamics available for Shift technical management application? So for the shipping industry, I believe that's the question.
Yeah. Microsoft is shipping maintenance application. D365 F&O contains a maintenance module which can be used for any kind of maintenance purposes. So typically, for a shipping, there can be set of attributes to be added into the product or master wherever it is using. So D365 product information management system contains a very very comprehensive attribute management system. That means against my product, I'll be able to define my own additional attributes, whatever it is required for a product. Example, a shipping, you will be using a drill. In that particular drill, you want to have some additional information, some material used or country of origin or something like that. Then you can add this from a configuration standpoint. You doesn't need to do any customization. So when your product information management is ready with the product attributes, then the core framework which is available in the maintenance module, you will be able to use it. It's having a job card function. Then you can start it. You should be able to create a maintenance request. Then it's starting and ending and completion. What is the consumable used? How many man hours work for that one? Everything can be recorded against that one. So you probably will have to do some 5 to 10% of customization for getting it working for the industry specific requirement.
Got it. There's one question on the construction industry. Does D365 suit their operations, including VAT, multi-country, corporate tax, multi-currency, intercompany transactions, standalone financials, and consolidated financials. Does Microsoft
Microsoft provide, these are the core capabilities of application. Most of the given countries, the VAT compliance is already available. Then it's a multi-currency system, intercompany transactions are there, corporate tax is inherent facility of the application. Then standalone and consolidation as well, you should be able to use dosing, D365 finance and operation. So these all are all the questions, whatever you have asked, it's all available out of the box.
Next is custom security rules to save money on D365 license.
It's a complex question, yeah, because even if you customize your entities, then end of the day, the entities will be coming under a specific Microsoft role licensed. You cannot run away from that one. It has to be licensed according to the Microsoft licensing standard guide. Only some areas, as you say like that, okay, then you have to segregate actually your users in such a way. How many of them only just want to read the data rather than they want to create the data, then you have to segregate them accordingly. Then in that way, you should be able to save some license cost.
There's a question on pain areas for implementation. So
yeah, Sanisha mentioned last time. Yeah, it's already which we have covered.
Right. How the business can be scaled up to a complete digital transformation with Microsoft Dynamics 365? Is there a roadmap to achieve the same?
Yeah, this one, this is basically you as a business have to look into the business model which you are running today. Out of this business model, how many areas where you want to, you have to further slice down into business operations. Then in the business operation, how many operations which you should be able to digitalize? What is your bottleneck today? The listing of that is a first step out of it. Once you have done that one, from there to build the technology and take it forward from there will be pretty easy. Then D365 platform will completely help you to enable that one.
We are
Anisha,
using Dynamics.
I'm not sure whether all the users who ask these questions present over here, or we can, if anybody is having question, I think we can have a little more interactive sessions. I think one of Mr. Somebody just raising their hand for them, their attention. Can we look into that as well?
Please go ahead. If they have a question, we can.
If anybody having a question, then please let us know. Then we will have a direct interaction now itself. Yeah, Mr. Mohammed, can you just take his question, Aneesh? Yeah, Mr. Mohammed, I think I allowed your mic. If you unmute it, you should be able to speak with us. Can you unmute first? Because it's muted. Hello, sir. Can you, Mr. Mohammed, could you please unmute your mic? I think it is still under mute. If anyone else having a question, please let us know.
Ali Hussain Ibrahim. Mr. Ali, you can unmute.
Yeah, I think there is a problem. Yeah.
Yeah. Hello.
Yeah. Hello.
Yes, we can hear you.
Thanks for letting me ask the question.
Yeah.
Okay. My question is Business Central and Finance and Operation. I believe Business Central is for small to mid-size organization, and Finance and Operation is for large and enterprise organization. So the companies who are, or the clients who are using Business Central, what would be the point where we say that they need to now migrate to finance and operation? I mean, what is that scale where we can tell, or we can say that now it's the time to move from Business Central to finance and operation?
See, both are purposefully built application. It's having its own capabilities as well as generic features which it is getting shared. D365 F&O, when you look towards, it's a multi-country, multi-currency transactions, intercompany transaction, consolidation requirement. Then these all are core of the operation whenever it comes. Then F&O, you have to move it. Then even your number of operation and different departments, what you are interacting inside the organization, if it is increasing, then rather than in Business Central, you have to look for multiple add-in, but here you will have a single application where everything will be available.
And any cap on the data size, or nothing is that sort? I mean, data size can be handled.
Data size can be handled by both the systems heavily, but if you look into the core technology capability of D365 FATO, it may be 6 or 7 times powerful than BC in terms of handling and processing data in a faster manner, and it become large volume of data.
Okay, thanks a lot.
So we have Simardeep Kaur. Simardeep, you can unmute and ask your question.
I agree. So,
Good evening.
as I mentioned earlier, and we are
Sorry, you're
already
breaking up, Simardeep. Your voice is very feeble.
Is it better now?
Yeah, it's okay. Yeah.
Okay.
Please go ahead.
Yeah. So we are a study abroad consultancy, and we are already using a ERM right now that we use for all our managing data, client age, and everything. So I want to know whether if we integrate the D65 with our ERM, will it also help us out with the automation process for, the email that we have to communicate regarding with the client, within the internal process, along with the HR and the finance that we need to maintain, whether what are the receivables from each client and for what team members, so that we can have all the reporting and the automation, or the automation doesn't work with the D D365. How exactly does it work?
See, obviously, that's which I have mentioned during my conversation like that. It's not limited to only the application. What I see around any application, wherever whichever you are using, it generate data. So the platform which revolve around the data, so your data is originating from any platform, it's fine. You are using your own custom CRM. The same set of CRM data, we will be able to take it to the platform, and the platform will start the automation process. Let us say sending emails or formatting the data or creating an analysis report or converting that into a Power BI dashboard. All these things can be done using the platform. There is no such limitation.
So there is no limitation in the sense of the industry, because like during the PPT, the examples were more of the industry with dealing with vendors and all. We do not deal with vendors, we deal with the customers. So there is no limitation for us that we cannot use the 365. It can be customized as per our service industry as well.
Correct. It can be customized as per your requirement.
Okay, alright, thank you.
Yeah. I think we have 5 more minutes. If there are any questions, then we will take it up.
Yeah, we do have Mr. Abdullah. You can ask your question. Mr. Abdullah, you can unmute and ask your question.
Yes, good evening.
Very good evening,
Good evening, sir.
Okay, my question is, first of all, the very nice presentation. Thank you very much for all the information.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
And there is no doubt about the capability of the Microsoft ERP. Like you said in the beginning, the main problem is with ERPs is how it is implemented, or how the pre-implementation stage. So how can somebody ensure that in the end, if they implement ERP, how can they ensure that they end up with something that works even better than they think it should work, and have all their processes and everything automated perfectly in the ERP. Like you showed, it's very easy to show that system is working fine, but how to reach that stage for any organization.
Yeah. So, as you rightly told, the pre-implementation phase is pretty important in any ERP implementation. Unfortunately, 50% ERP implementations are failure and 20% ERP implementations are unsatisfied implementation. This is the general data which you are getting from the global market aspect is concerned. There are two important factors which they create. As a technology and application and operation, you have everything available out of the box. Now, how you as a customer will adopt it, how we as a vendor will help you to adopt it. When it comes together from that perspective, we should be able to create a successful thing. You probably generally ask in an implementation process, how we will do is we will have a solution architect available who will be knowing the customer as well as the system. Then, as part of the requirement gathering session, we will walk and interview through each of the department. We will sit with them. We will understand how they operate their business, what are their current challenges, what is their requirement and future aspect is concerned. Once you have this data collected, you have some blueprint ready by saying like that by end of the day, you as a customer will be looking to implement the ERP in this form. This is the expectation what you are taking at every end. Once you create, what we will do further to that one is we convert that process into a business requirement document. There, your Assiz process will be written, your to be process as will be written, and how this particular process mapped in the solution as well is written. So before doing an ERP implementation, before doing everything else, you have a pre-implementation phase where you should be able to ensure like that your operational things are mapped inside this document. This document clearly tell how much of that is fit as well, how much of that is unfit from the system as well, how many customization which are required to be done as well. Once you ensure this blueprint document is ready, now you have a clear visibility like that, what you are going to get it and how it is going to end it as well. Once both of us signed off this particular document, then the ERP actual implementation process starts. So this is only the practical scenario available for us to take it forward like that.
Okay, thank you for your answer. Just one more clarification. You mentioned that you will first employ a solution architect and interview the users. And then from the interviews and studying the business processes available today, you will come up with a blueprint and a business requirement document for the implementation. But if you base that on the current way the organization does, maybe the current way is not the most efficient way. So that is what I've seen the problem sometimes in the implementation is the implementer or before the implementation, they just follow their old processes.
Yeah.
Maybe the process will say, enter this information and then send the email to your colleague to pick it up and do it. But that's not the best way of doing it in Microsoft, for example. And then the implementer will put that in the blueprint and the software will be implemented in a not the best efficient manner. So how to avoid that? That's our issue here.
Yeah, to look into this process, let us say as an example, as I have told you with one of the large retailer, which they are having a problem, I will be able to provide them a solution. Okay, I will give you a form, then you enter the entire data there and you fill stuff. But here what's happened, the user only enters the data. Nobody else is interacting with the system. End of the day, their objective is achieved. This solution design is not done by you. This solution design is done by the implementer. The implementer is not there to only listen your requirement and to just mimic and copy paste based on their feedback. We have to intuitively put our thoughts based on the experience, because you are a customer, you are doing it first time, but we are a implementation, we have done 100 plus implementation. Then all the experience what we have, where and all we failed, where we were able to enhance the process, how much happiness which we are seeing to the customer, this is all which we have in this one. And what I want to say is like that, as Anisha mentioned, it's not only about coming as a vendor to you, it's a long lasting relationship. When you are implementing an ERP, it's not like you buying an office or anything. It's you'll continuously interacting with us. Our support will be required for you, and it's a long-lasting relationship as well. Same like you are buying the ERP from Microsoft SaaS platform. It as well should be a long-lasting relationship. Our experience as well as your problem, then the solution architect along with the functional team, they will weave a solution. They ensure like that it's the most possible form where we will be able to achieve it using the technology. Uh, Hope you have understand based on my experience what I have told. There are many problems which we have addressed when they have a problem. We really see like that, okay, people were using paper forms, people were doing it. One of another problem, what we first take it from the finance team, how many reports they will generate every month beginning to give to the management. We ask that question, we collect all this report. From there, we should be able to design a lot of steps. We should be able to understand in a backward how much of data needs to be streamlined, how much of operation to be streamlined for him to submit a report to management by the date of 3rd of every month. So this process begins from there rather than I'll ask him, okay, you need a report, you give me that report I'll create it over there. There is a lot of customers. I have even seen customers, they will come and say, I was using this, I want it like that. Then we always used to say, then you doesn't need to change your system, you use your old system. So this is the efficiency of the consulting where it take the lead. And the good thing about TSC today, we have 30 plus senior consultant who have almost 10 to 15 years of experience who are working with us. And our success lies with their knowledge and their collaboration among the team member.
Thank you very much.
Sorry, we are just a couple of minutes over. Any other one last question? I think I did see someone else raising their hand.
Yeah, I think it's our time to wind it up, Aneesh. Yeah.
Okay. Sure. There were a number of other questions. We'll make sure that we reply to you over email and answer all those questions. And again, if you have any requirement, any more information that you need on Microsoft Dynamics 365 suite of product, do reach out to us. There was an email ID floated that you can reach out to. And thank you again, everyone. We had a very engaging session today, and we hope you got most of your questions answered. You found this session helpful, and we look forward to having you again on our future sessions. Thank you so much.